Roblox's classic event has been out for just over, I think, a day by now. Maybe just over, and I already have a lot of strong thoughts about it. And to be honest, none of these strong thoughts and negative thoughts are even Roblox's fault. You see, this whole event is amazing until you kind of go a little bit deeper into and play some of the games inside of it. Because a lot of these games have terrible tactics, terrible events, and terrible things that I just need to talk about this video to kind of see if I'm insane, or if you guys share similar opinions. But listen, this all started when I went and played when it first came out 12 hours ago. And when I first launched into this game, it looked absolutely amazing, and I still hold that same opinion. The hub lobby for the classic is so amazing. It has so many niche, small old references to Roblox that just blew my mind. The whole map feels so lively and just amazing. It's literally the highlight of this whole event for me. Just exploring each different little floating island gave me so much, like, joy and smiles on my face. You know, doing the laps under the map to get some tokens was just such a small but like amazing thing to do. I don't know how to explain it, but for some reason the hub for the classic event has felt the most rewarding and fun out of every single game I've played in this whole event. Just to kind of give you guys some idea of where I am in the classic so far, I have 18 like token coin ticks things already. Okay, I've been grinding this thing all day and I'm not close. The battle pass, I think I'm only a lot tokens away from getting the last hat, and with all that in mind, I have a lot of wrong opinions about other parts of this event. Because no, the classic is not all just this amazing, beautiful lobby. The classic is an event that branches out into Roblox games, with a lot of them being absolutely terrible. I was gonna hold back in this video and try and be so many games I have played today absolutely destroyed my view for this event. Admit it, such a terrible hellscape of a thing to play. Okay. But first, let's start off by giving some honorable mentions to decent games that I played in the hunt so far. In the classic, sorry if I say my bad with the first game one played being Driving Empire. And to be honest, this gave me a good head start into this whole event. It gave me really good impressions. Because if you don't know, when you Driving Empire, basically, the whole thing takes place on the 2011 starter place. And what you do is you have to race Builderman a couple times, do some taxi stuff where you pick up classic Robloxians and drop them off at certain locations on this classic starter place map. Absolutely insane, great event. I think this is an amazing way to do it, and they did a great job. But here's where I have a huge problem. This event will take you hours. You can get the 10 ticks very quickly, but getting all the tokens and Driving Empire will literally 2 hours at least. It took so long that I literally just gave up on getting the tokens, because it literally took me, I think, around 30 minutes to get enough player points. To get the first token, I would have to do that 5 more times. It's absolutely insane how long this event would take, because there's literally 2 events that you can do to get these player points. Yeah, I think Driving Empire did a very good job at making their whole event look and play well, but the fact that it takes so long to even get anywhere near finishing, it is absurd. But either way, I still think this game is a solid 7 out of 10 in the scale of all these events. And I think it's totally worth playing it if you just need some ticks. Tokens, probably skip it. But now we can move on to another game that I thought was amazing. Now maybe I have a bias here because of my past in Arsenal. But Arsenal is one of the most creative, best games I've played in this event so far. And it is my one game I would rank it a solid 9 out of 10. The scale of all of these games, and I recommend you play it first. It sets such great impressions for this whole event. And I think it's amazing. Basically, what the Arsenal game is, it basically sends you into a complete experience. So you have to kill a bunch of noobs, a noob factory, and blow it up. It's so funny, it's so good. And I think it is such a great concept. And I think reason the Arsenal one is so good is because the way they get you to play the game longer is so clever. They basically just make you replay the whole mission over and over again each time you have a different task. Whether you play with a certain weapon, or finish the whole thing under a certain amount of time, or look for secrets to find ticks. It's really clever. And I think they did an amazing job. And honestly, it didn't take me that long. Like an hour maybe max, and being completely honest, every single minute I played the Arsenal event, I was happy. It was the best game that I played in this whole event. And if you haven't played Arsenal I recommend you play it first, or at least once throughout this whole event. Because it is actually really good. But that's where all my good news kind of ends. Because the rest of these games that I'm gonna list off here really suck, with the first one being TDS. I know I might get some flack for this, but TDS has been such a terrible game to play. Okay. First off, the fact that the classic maps that you have to play are solo only are disgusting. I hate that. I wanted to play with my friends and I couldn't, and on top of that, they aren't easy at all. Yeah. Common skill issue all you want. But here's the thing, there is booger-eating noobs playing this game. You can't have a challenge that difficult TDS, okay? Another thing that's really annoying is that all the ticks are actually locked behind your leveling. For each map, if that makes any sense. Because each map that you play has one tick, and then there's 5 other ticks in the main lobby of TDS. And I think that is kind of an way to do the whole ticks thing. Because every other game that I've just had the ticks scattered around, and you could get them very easily. But TDS kind of has like a system to it that is not fun at all. So far I've gotten to the 3rd stage and none of them have been too. But some of them are just annoying. Also, I've heard that a lot of the maps that TDS is used in this aren't even new, they just had these from old TDS updates that they've reused in this event. But now we get into the games that are absolutely dreadful, okay? With Restaurant Tycoon 2 taking first place for the worst game in this event so far, because what their whole event requires is start a restaurant and get classic customers. Which sounds really easy, and it is, but here's the thing. No matter how hard you try, no matter what you do in this game, it will take you around an hour to 3 hours to complete all of the tokens in the game, as well as just looking at the game at face value. It doesn't look like this game was prepared for this event at all, but it seems like this game literally didn't try at all, and I probably wouldn't be this mean if the game didn't take 3 hours of my life away from me, okay? And I thought it was just like maybe I was playing the game wrong. But no, everyone else that I talked to that had to start this game from scratch has taken around 2 to 3 hours to actually finish this quest. And I know it's not just a me problem, because if you go to the dislike ratio for this game on Roblox, you can see it absolutely tanking in the past 12 hours, so yeah. It seems like I'm not alone in my opinions on this game. But holy crap, what a terrible game to actually have in this event, so stupid. Along with all of that, it just didn't feel like it was creative or like cool. I mean, when you're up against stuff like Arsenal and Driving Empire, the bar is kind of high, but again, it just felt like a terrible experience, man. It did not feel fun at all. If I were to rank this on a 1 to 10 I would scale, totally give it a 2 with all of my heart. Now we can talk about the next game that I put my toes into. And it's a gunfight arena. I really wanted to like this event because they had a bunch of guns out there, and I love first-person shooter games. But this one peeved me a lot because it seems like since the hunt, they have not learned how to fix spawn trap in their game, which I guess is a skill issue thing. And also the ticks are not hidden in clever spots at all. As well as the way to get tokens is just by killing people with certain guns in the game, which the guns aren't bad or anything, but killing 100 people with a rocket launcher after already killing 400 more people with other weapons, like an annoying thing do in a video game. Now, if you do just need ticks, I'd say Gunfight Arena is the easiest one, but it is an absolute grind to get any tokens from it at all. But again, at the end of the day, I'd still rate this one pretty high because it is very themed and like somewhat fleshed out. Like it doesn't seem like a complete rush or anything like that. So I'd give it like a solid 6 out of 10. Maybe so once I fully finish I'll be happy with my life and I'll think it's a lot better. But as of right now, it kind of had me a bit disappointed. But you know what had me even more disappointed? I thought this game was gonna be pretty good, but no. It is not good at all from what I've played, from what I know. All you have to do in this game is go ride a scooter back and forth between, I don't know, 15 different people and they Walmart. You do that 15 times and you will get 5 tokens from it. So, I did that once. I got 1 token from this game, and I was already annoyed because nothing in this whole game even feels classic themed. It doesn't even feel like they cared. They kind of just linked an already existing job to this event, their game, and it felt absolutely just annoying to play. I feel bad saying that, but at the same time, not even the scooter is classic looking, or anything like. At least change the items in the store to be classic items maybe. But they didn't even do that. It feels like such a lazy addition to the event that it just makes me a little bit angry. Alright, to the point where I'd probably rate it like a 3 out of 10. At this point, and those are all the games I've personally played and so far. And as you can tell, a lot of them I don't like. Now granted, the ones I have played are very low on the popularity scale of this whole event. I'm kind of setting myself up for failure. But from what I've heard, the other games I haven't played yet are pretty decent. Like even Toilet Tower Defense is getting pretty high reviews, and that's saying something. Alright. But here's my advice. If you want to keep your sanity, stick to the most popular games on the popular leaderboard in the Roblox Classic Hub, because those ones are actually pretty good. I heard Blade Ball was good. Toilet Tower Defense was decent surprisingly, and I heard like Dress to Impress is even pretty sick. But other ones I showcased in my video, not good. And it sucks that those are the first ones that I played, because it made me kind of have a sour taste in my mouth.